President Trump's Nobel Peace Prize nomination is making everyone go just a little bit insane. And yes, you heard that correctly. President Trump was nominated once again for a Nobel Peace Prize, this time for the 2021 prize. And to be honest, this should not be surprising in the least. Just consider the fact that recently, Trump helped broker a peace deal that was actually quite historic. The Norwegian lawmaker nominated President Trump for the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize because he brokered a historic peace deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates last month, which was a pretty historic deal. The article continues that this peace deal normalizes relations between the two countries following what this lawyer characterized as hostile conditions for as long as you can remember, which is pretty accurate. And in case you didn't remember, this was actually not the first time that Trump was nominated for a peace prize. You see, back in 2018, this same Norwegian lawmaker nominated Trump for the Peace Prize because of his summit with Kim Jong-un, which I don't think I have to point out, it's kind of a good thing he didn't win at that time because nothing really came from it. Now you can try and argue that Trump did a great thing, but there's really nothing to show for it. So I'm glad he didn't win it in that case because he really shouldn't have. What I want to look at, however, is how the media has reacted to Trump's nomination. As you would expect, they don't like it. Even though there is pretty good reason for him to be nominated, rather than focus on the reason for the nomination, they're instead focusing on the person who nominated him. For example, we have from PBS that a far-right Norwegian lawmaker nominates Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. I've also seen him characterized as an anti-immigrant Norwegian lawmaker. When you can't go after the idea on its merits, you attack the individual who brought that idea forward. So rather than point out why Trump should not be nominated for the Peace Prize, they're kind of attacking the guy who nominated him and trying to discredit him entirely. As you might imagine, social media like Twitter kind of went crazy, with a lot of people saying he shouldn't get it, some saying he should. I'm going to quote Ben Shapiro right here, where he said, "Fact, Trump deserves the Nobel far more than did Obama, who won one for the great accomplishment of being a breathing human." Now obviously he's joking a little bit, but there's some truth to that. In case you don't remember, Barack Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize all the way back in 2009. The reason for this? They say, quote, "for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between peoples." Which to me sounds just a little bit generic, because what did he actually do? Where is his accomplishment? He's helped strengthen international cooperation, but what does that mean? What specifically did he do? And the answer is virtually nothing. You see, he was awarded the Nobel Prize after being a president for less than 8 months. Are you going to argue that in less than 8 months he somehow did something to warrant earning a Nobel Peace Prize? Because I don't really think it's justified. And it's not just me who said it. The former Nobel secretary, who recently resigned, said that he kind of regrets giving Obama the Nobel Peace Prize, because he told AP News that the committee hoped the award would help strengthen Mr. Obama. So the award was given to Obama not because of anything that he had done in the past, but because of what they hoped he would do in the future, which is not the basis of which Nobel Prize should be given. You should be given the prize based on what you have already done. It needs to be concrete. And we can see that in Obama's case, it certainly wasn't. So if you're upset that President Trump was even nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, I certainly hope you're also upset that Obama was nominated and won, because he didn't deserve it, especially not in the first 8 months of his presidency. Like him or hate him, you have to admit that this peace prize that Trump helped broker was significantly more relevant than anything Obama did, especially in his first 8 months as president. That being said, a nomination does not mean he's going to win. His odds are okay, I guess, but they're not great. So we have here from Market Watch that he has about the same odds as winning as Bill Gates does. Specifically, there are a few individuals and groups that I want to point out that have better odds at winning, and some that are just quite hilarious. First place, we have the World Health Organization. I do find it amusing that they are the first place contender to win the Nobel Peace Prize when you consider how poorly they reacted to everything that happened at the very beginning of the year. They essentially just accepted Chinese propaganda and parroted whatever the Chinese government wanted them to do. And next up, we have in second place, Greta Thunberg, who once again was nominated because people kind of like her or something. And just a few spots below her, we have the organization Black Lives Matter. Maybe they're being ironic, I don't know, but how can you nominate Black Lives Matter for a Nobel Peace Prize at the same time that they're not actively condemning, at least not nearly enough, the riots and the looting that we're seeing right now in the United States? How can you look at any of that and say, sure, this is a peaceful organization and they deserve the Nobel Peace Prize? It doesn't make any sense to me. And it just cements the fact that yes, the Nobel Peace Prize is a political move. Obama should not have won it, but he did because they liked him. Greta Thunberg is here because they like her, Black Lives Matter because they approve of that organization. It doesn't really matter too much what you've done as long as your policies are correct. And then we have Donald Trump and Bill Gates both to 20-1 odds of winning, which isn't horrible, it could be a lot worse, but he's not nearly up there with Greta Thunberg or the World Health Organization. And just to kind of highlight how pointless a little bit the nominations actually are, we also have Vladimir Putin at a 33-1 odds of winning, and then down a little bit later, we have Michelle Obama at 55-1 and Kim Jong-un at 60-1. Now, thankfully, Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un don't have a very good chance of winning, and I don't think they ever would, because they shouldn't. But it just goes to show you that virtually anyone can be nominated. So Trump has a better chance of winning this time than he did the previous time, but it's not necessarily in the bag. So sure, President Trump could win a Nobel Peace Prize, and many people would argue that he deserves it, but we'll have to see what happens. I don't think that's going to happen. Honestly, even if he had done everything to deserve it, I don't see the committee ever giving it to him. Can you imagine the chaos that would ensue if Trump actually won the Peace Prize? They announced the winner, I believe, in October. That would be 1 month before the 2020 election. The election's already crazy as it is. If Trump somehow won the Nobel Peace Prize and they announced it a month before the election, well, that would just be crazy. Part of me is hoping for it just to see how this all plays out, but I doubt he's going to win because it's so very political right now. Regardless, 20-1 odds of winning the Nobel Peace Prize aren't actually all that bad. It's a lot better than I've ever been, that's for sure. Who do you think should win the Nobel Peace Prize? Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment, all of those fun things. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.